Are you tired of being told that your kids need more phonemic awareness practice, but when you ask how to get that practice in, they tell you to just do Heggerty again in small groups? Yeah, I've been there too, and it's a little bit exhausting. Hi, I'm Amy Murray from Teaching Exceptional Kinders, and today I'd like to share some simple, easy to prep ways to practice phonemic awareness without repeating Heggerty over and over again. Listen, Heggerty is awesome in whole group and it works wonders for a majority of the students. But you have kids coming into kindergarten at all different levels. And even though we start the year on preschool, at least I did, kids can quickly get bored, like your high flyers are bored, and your lower kids aren't keeping up, and so they just give up. And doing it again in small group feels like punishment and is boring, right? You don't want to do the same thing over and over again in your day. And I can't imagine kids want to do the same thing over and over again either. So we need to take a look at phonemic awareness as a whole and how we can pull parts of Heggerty out and make practice meaningful and engaging, not just repeat the same things over and over again. So let's take a look. I have a bundle of easy, low prep phonemic awareness skills, but it's beginning phonemic awareness. So this is going to be like your kiddos who didn't have preschool, beginning of the year kindergarten, and intervention kiddos, not higher flyers. So just to preface everything, this pack has beginning of the year, beginning sounds, middle sounds, ending sounds, rhyming words, and syllable practice. So if you're looking for those skills, stick around. We're going to take a look inside and see just some simple ways you can include these in your centers, in your small groups, and even in your whole groups as part of your morning routines and things. So one of the simplest ways to include extra phonemic awareness practice is to have just some simple flashcards like these ready to use in case you have like an extra minute or two. These rhyming flashcards are great because you can just hold them up and see if kids are recognizing rhymes. You can use them in a center, have a stack of them out and have kids sort the rhymes in a pocket chart or just use the cards to match rhymes that way. And it just lends itself very easily to a variety of different skill sets that you can do with kiddos. These cards also have the words on them so they can see when they're ready to start matching print to the words. They can see the parts that match, that make the rhyme in the rhyme part of the word. The other rhyming skills that make things more fun and engaging to practice than just call and repeat are these little. You can use them as clip cards, or in this example, they're used with some mini erasers. That's the word I was looking for, where they just pick the picture that rhymes with the original picture. And then I also have this set of task cards where they find the one that doesn't belong. So it's a little bit higher order thinking because they have to pick out the one that doesn't go, not the one that matches. So those will all be simple ways that you can put in an early finisher tub in a center activity for making rhymes and practicing rhyming. Then in the syllable set, you will find very similar practice. There are syllable picture sorts though that look something like this, where you have different pictures and you can sort them by the number of syllables. Here's a easy tip if your students are struggling with syllables. Instead of clapping, because that's a little bit more abstract, if you put your hand under your chin and when you say a word like Macy, because my dog's right underneath me, count how many times your chin drops. So Macy, my chin dropped 2 times, so she has 2 syllables in her name. That makes more sense than the clapping, at least for me as a kid who struggled with syllables myself. I wish somebody had taught me that. It would have made way more sense to me. So syllables, we have syllable picture sorts. There are also task cards like the one that doesn't belong, and the smaller cards that you can use as clip cards or with the mini erasers. That word is escaping me today. There are syllable flashcards included as well, so you can sort those by syllables. And there are worksheets included in case you have a student who likes to cut and glue or things like that. That is included as well. So there's just a variety of ways to practice these skills in meaningful and engaging ways that won't feel like the same old thing that they've already been doing. The same can be said for beginning sounds, middle sounds, and ending sounds. They come with sorts that look like these. They come with the task cards and different which one doesn't belong cards. So you have print and use centers. And the cutting, you're not cutting itty bitty pieces out that kids aren't going to use anyway. At least in my experience, I would spend hours on these centers that were so cute, but they weren't using them properly. And this way, for each skill, you can just switch out the task cards, when you're done with beginning sounds and ready for middle sounds, and you don't have to re-explain how to do everything because you've already explained it once and it's the same task, just a new skill. And it makes life so much easier. Hopefully that gives you some ideas of simple, easy ways you can incorporate more phonemic awareness practice in your routines. I will link the bundle down below. You can grab the individual packs if you'd rather. The bundle is, of course, the biggest savings. I forgot to mention there's also a set of worksheets that look like this that I designed when my students were suddenly at home and Heggerty wasn't quite as meaningful because I couldn't be there to interact and correct things, or for kids who are on an educational trip or just needed that extra practice. So these worksheets you can use, there's 30 of them. You can use them individually or create like a phonemic awareness, phonological awareness worksheet or workbook and send home or keep for your small groups. There's a lot of versatility here, so you can make it work for you. I'd love to hear if you have more easy and fun ways to practice phonemic awareness with your students. Leave a comment down below. While you're there, be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. All right, if you need to get in touch with me, you can find me on Instagram at teachingexceptionalkinders, and you can always reach me by email, amy@teachingexceptionalkinders.com. Until next time, have an exceptional day.